Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today's build and play guide is on the Rio de Janeiro. Finally, something I can pronounce in this stinking game. With that being said, guys, if you're watching this when it does come out, if you want to know why I'm doing it, it is in the shop currently right now in the Fleet Fiesta bundle. And if you are crazy enough to go down this path and get Repulse, the possibly least favorite ship in the entire game, if you were that crazy instead of getting the Dido, right? The Brazilian Dream is next. And actually, the ship isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be at first, but also that comes with Hernandez. Also, when I realized that, I changed my build up because that means you get Enrique and Hernandez with it, right? So for our commander, guys, all right, I can assure you, um, I left him on the first preset of secondaries. The ship only, when you build out to it, it's tempting, but when you look at it, but it only goes out to 6.6 on the secondary build. So, that being said, we have redone a different preset for Enrique Hernandez with Colorado and D. Ravel. Basically, if you got something to help grouping or dispersion and reload, them are all good traits. Okay. Uh, with we're taking the skill set of Flambeau Cannoneer, Crisscross, Marksmanship, Master Mechanic, and Testudo. Now, you could actually take Will to Rebuild on this. It wouldn't be a terrible option as well. To boost the heals, that's going to be up to you. Um, and because the perk would be kind of a handy one at the lower tiers, but you already have really good heals. So your upgrades, just the one, you want to take Aiming Systems Mod 1. I did try getting this to be a secondary ship. It only went out to 6.6. For the loadouts, you have 6 really good heals for the tier. Why are these good? 351 at tier 4, not bad. It allows you to heal almost 60,000 uh, damage back, right? If it's all like fire or whatever, but all light damage. And it does come in handy, actually, and it reloads not too bad. You can see 80 seconds. Uh, and you do have an enhanced secondary targeting. Everything in my head was kind of telling me try the secondary targeting until I got to the range. Not great. 48,000 hit points, which is actually, I think, high for tier 4. And as you can see from the main guns, you have 15 or 14 305s. So that's what, 12? Yeah, 12-inch guns. And it's a very interesting layout. I'll show you. You guys will see here in a second. It's kind of a nifty looking ship. Yeah, you can see here. You can get the whole broadside off, by the way, on this thing. This was a real ship in the battleship kind of like race. This was a ship built by the British for Brazil, I believe. And as you can see here, reloads in 28 seconds, 14 shells, but they're not super accurate, guys. They are not the world's most accurate shells. However, my first match, I tried shooting AP out of this, and the shell, it just was not accurate enough to do really anything with it. You'll see kind of what I mean when we get to the match. The second match, I used mostly HE, and it was a much better result, guys. And also, you can see off of the damage, the HE is well more than half of the alpha of the AP damage. Kind of my rule of thumb of what to lean into generally. That's like my base. If it's more than half of the alpha of HE is more than half of the alpha damage of AP, then I generally will lean into the HE a little bit more. And with 14 shells going down range, a 32% fire chance is not bad. Considering Marlboro is like 24 with 16 guns. So pretty solid, right? Also, when using HE at this lower tier, you can also Citadel stuff, as I did 100% Dev Strike a ship with HE in this after I got frustrated with AP. And it was there that I realized the HE is pretty solid on this ship. Now, as you can see by the secondaries, this thing has 30, or it has 28 secondaries on it. All right, and that's what made me want to build into the secondaries, but I couldn't get them to anywhere. But maneuverability at 22 knots, decent turning circle, pretty average, I guess, for the tier. And concealment is 12.5. I won't show you the stats because we only have a couple matches in it. Just, I can assure you, so I don't spoil a match. But I can assure you the accuracy was real bad the first match and much better the second match. I think it was like 20-something% the first match. Or 25 or something. We added the grouping. It did help a little bit, and I think we got it into the 30s. Armor, you can see here we have a 19 millimeter bow and stern, meaning battleships are going to rough you up a little bit, but you do have this extended belt that does keep you safe for the most part. But it does have this like flat armor, and you will take some hits off of it, but it's actually not too bad because you can heal a lot back. So in this ship, if you're getting fire damage, you don't even have to really put out the fires because you're going to be able to heal it back pretty easily. Also, you can Citadel this thing, and I have been Citadeled in I think it was the first match. Yeah, the first match. And so you can see that is what it is. Like it is slightly above the water, and you can actually Citadel us when it goes broadside, because at tier 4 it can be rough sometimes unless you're, a tier 5 ship. With that out of the way, we are at mountain range. And the one thing I will say, by the way, because I did forget about it when we're looking at stats, we have no AA on this plane. There is not even a kid throwing rocks off the back of this thing. So your carrier can just have its way with you if it wants. Which is a problem because at tier 4 you're going to run across carriers a lot. All right. But outside of that, you can see first shot on a Furry Taco, easy, one of the easiest ships to hit in Citadel and murder, and only do 11,000 damage to. Alright, and that's why you'd see I already switched to HE. I kind of assumed that was going to happen after my first match, so kind of went with that route, right? We're going to stick with HE for the most part in this match. If you get a broadside, under 10 kilometers, yeah, go with AP, but man, it is so inconsistent above that. I personally wouldn't recommend it over that. And the HE is pretty good for what it is, as you do have 14 shells going down range. Now, that being said, pretty neat looking ship. I like the way this ship looks. It's kind of unique looking, kind of interesting. Also, we are bottom tier in this match. So at the very beginning here, I'm going to be a little cautious, right? I want to get murdered by everything. And we're going to try to start some fires now on the HE. Also, this Anson, this will be the only time he targets anyone else the entire match. This Anson wants my blood. Alright? I don't know if he's Dracula or something, but he is going to go and hunt me down the entire rest of the match. And you guys will see how that plays out. But anyway, we have a New Mexico kind of charging in, and a Cavor starting to come in as well. So again, we're just going to start burning them down, or we're going to attempt to. And these actually have a pretty good fire chance. Can't remember how lucky I get with fires in this match offhand. As our cruiser that has rushed in clearly is having himself a really good match. And proceeds to run into me. And then actually go ahead and die right in front of me. So we cannot stay here no longer because they are not going to be shooting just him. As you can see, we had a really nice salvo there on HE, and that's what I'm talking about. We did a ton of damage and 2 fires. Oh yeah, and them 2 fires are ticking, by the way, so we did a bunch of more damage because that Cavor was on a damage con. Now, New Mexico has shot. We are going to turn out because there is 3 enemies here, not including the cruisers to the left. So we have to roll, right? We got to start kiting away. And right now the destroyer's in the smoke, giving me an opportunity to get out of here because it's probably Torp's coming, right? And New Mexico is starting to pop through. We're going to go ahead, throw another shot at him, and actually get another 2 fires on him as well. So you can see, pretty solid. Anson thinks he's being sneaky, shoots his guns off. To be fair, he doesn't play bad in this match. I just, you know, when somebody comes after your blood the whole match, you get a little bit annoyed. So he doesn't play bad. But you can see we kind of predicted the Torps. We're going to chill behind this island for a second because we want to get the perma double fire on New Mexico. As you can see, with 10 shells that actually hit his superstructure and do a huge chunk of damage. I don't know why this thing seems more accurate when it's using HE, but it does. Now, I only had a few matches in it, so small sample size, so I don't want to die on a hill that this thing is overly inaccurate, but it felt very inaccurate when the AP was loaded. Obviously, I don't think there was a difference. However, you never know, right? It is wargaming. Now, that being said, we're going to go finish off the battle, or the New Mexico. The Anson is throwing more torps at me and is deciding to shoot at me. And we also have an issue with the Cavor pushing in right now. And I'm not going to push in to this Anson right now. He doesn't seem like a bad player. But we are going to, however, take a shot at him. And as you can see here, he accelerates like the Dickens. And this is realized he's probably a decent player because he probably knew I was going to take that shot and then get the heck out of there. So, we are going to kite away even on this destroyer because Anson does have not the longest torp range, obviously. But when they do hit, they hit pretty good. And you can see even our second heal here, you can see how much we're healing back. That's a fair amount for this tier. We're healing, you know, what, a fifth of our health back? Pretty solid. And Cavor is still pushing in. And he probably was not happy that we cooked him earlier on with that double fire. I don't blame him. And we're going to go ahead and keep healing up. We do have Testudo on this right now, obviously, so while we're getting heals, we're taking less damage as well, which is nice. And as we kite away, it makes, when you're at low tiers, kiting away when a destroyer's, you know, shown that he wants to come after you, like this destroyer wants my blood. When you're kiting away, it does 2 things, by the way. Makes the torps harder to reach you, and it makes that person have to get closer. But also, when you're kiting away, it gives you more time to react to torps. And I know there's a cajillion torps heading my way, based off of what this guy has done for the first 7 minutes of the match. And so we do want to be careful here. And as you can see, there is torps coming, and, you know, we put ourselves in a pretty decent spot. We do not want Cavor to get away here. Also, I want to be, as we get away, I want to be thankful that that carrier never tried to come after me, because that would have been a very rough match had he done that. And actually, this Anson is actually relatively sneaky. This whole time he's rounded the island to come get me. So I'm guessing there's torps coming, so we're going to start to turn away as we wreck his teammate. This has actually been a good thing for this team because I have distracted this Anson so much and he's wanted to kill me so bad that he's done nothing productive really in this match but try to kill me and kill that one cruiser that they helped kill earlier on. And now he's in a bad spot because also he's getting close to my secondaries. And for a tier 4, we have a cajillion of them. And we're actually going to get a hit or two off of them. So, pretty cool to see that. And you can see we're going to come down to our last shot here and just finish off Anson. Didn't seem like a bad player, but man, he got hyper focused on me, and that did not pan out. As we do go ahead and get our high caliber. We're gonna go ahead and try to work on Normandy the rest of the way. We have another good heal. You can see these heals are solid. I don't know that you're ever gonna really use 6 of them, but honestly, I mean, maybe. Really, more than 5 heals is really not super usable in most cases, but anyway, we're going to try to do our best to finish off Normandy. I actually was surprised once I switched over to using HE here, like how much better the results were for me, and we're setting a fair amount of fires doing it too, even for a battleship. I mean, 10 fires on a battleship at tier 4 is not bad. As we cross the 100k mark at tier 4, which is actually pretty solid. Normandy goes down. The rest of the match is the carrier getting killed. Thank gosh he didn't focus on me. I have no idea why he didn't. We go ahead and show the stats here. We will be atop a leaderboard. Definitely a solid match, but definitely helping our team out. You guys have a super wonderful day, and I will see you folks next time.